We keep working unlimited number of hours and we keep struggling to make sure that we have a good standard of living, that we are supporting our families, and at the same time, because we want to build for our retirement. However, so many times we feel that we are pressured by a lot of things, a lot of crises, a lot of unforeseen events that make us deviate from the main goal because we have other priorities as well. We have to send our kids to school, we have to prepare for their university, we have a lot of things to take care of and a lifestyle to maintain, and of course, a good standard of living. And when we have the opportunity, we tend to travel, to have fun, to change the car, and to do a lot of things that are very important to our lives. However, we most of the times forget about the importance of planning for retirement. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, the word retirement has been stamped by some industries like the investment, the savings, the insurance, and so on. Although technically, retirement is much more than that. When we think about retirement, it's not only the savings plans. When we think about retirement, it's not only the real estate. When we think about retirement, it's a phase of our life that we are working for more than 40 years to be able to reach a point where we can enjoy some golden years. We get tired at some big chunk of our life, and it's a privilege to be able to relax. However, there are a lot of challenges that will face us. One of them is not knowing whether our health will be good or not. We don't know what inflation will be at that time. We don't know what our business will look like. Are you employed, a freelancer, you are having your own company, you are a CEO, and so on and so forth. So all of these will be challenges because in each path you have certain benefits at retirement and sometimes also some involved risks. That's why planning for retirement is a lot of things that are complex that you need to really look at ahead of time. You cannot expect yourself to reach retirement and then start thinking what should have been done. Sometimes it will be too late. Sometimes you can always do something about it, but what is the best, like in anything we talk about, because we are specialized in planning, we talk about the importance of planning for things before they happen. So if you're thinking about productivity at retirement, because not all the people want to technically completely retire, either because they cannot afford or because emotionally they will not feel good about it, because they need to keep themselves busy. You need to have a social life. You need to keep earning money at some points, because even if you have some funds, but inflation is going up and many parameters could happen that will make you feel that you need more income to sustain your standard of living. All of these parameters, in one word, I would call them assessment. We need to assess first your retirement to see how ready you are to be able to get there. Whether you are 3 years away from retirement or you are 30 years away, the best thing to do is to make preventive planning and put your goals, put your risk appetite, put your priorities, and dream about what is the ultimate retirement you would love to have. Would social insurance be enough to sustain your standard of living? Would your investments be positive at that time? Would your real estate be enough and productive at that time? Because there are a lot of uncertainties, one of the things we promote best, coming from a background of management consulting and owning expand strategies, we've been 23 years in the market planning for people to start and expand their businesses. So whether you are today a business owner or not, think about after 60, will you be technically doing your same job? Will you have a parallel job? Will you be volunteering? Will you be able to afford to live without having an income? One of the best approaches is to have your own business on the side. So this business, you can start it ahead of time. You can start generating income. You can start building a good base to have a recurrent income, even if you prefer, for example, like my personal preference is to have a semi-retirement mode. A semi-retirement allows me to work less, yet keep earning some income to avoid the pressure of inflation and unexpected things that will make me need more cash flow in the future. Whether you already have a super big business, but what would you do with it at that time? Will you give it your stock options to your employees? Will you franchise it? Will you manage it and bring an external board and so on and so forth? So there is not one way. When you think about retirement, think about it like you have a piece of land and you want to construct the villa of your dreams. So there is not one way. You might have a small bungalow, you might have a big mansion, you might have something in between. Which style, which decoration, which character or look and feel you want to have, all of these are up to you. And what is up to us is to help you plan for it from all different angles. We have 6 pillars. One of them is the retirement home or homes, because you might have the budget to be able to retire in different places. Okay. On the second layer, we have technically the retirement cash flow, which is how you will be handling your financials at that time, taking into consideration all the parameters and the risks. You have your retirement business, again, whether you want to sell it, franchise it, partially sell it, fund it, or give it to your employees, or maybe even have an NGO and be donating money to other people. All of these fall under the business aspects. And many other things like the retirement logistics. We're talking about the retirement passions, the retirement activities that must be well aligned and must be well planned ahead of time so that you can reach your retirement in the best possible way. Book your retirement assessment with us so we can get a starting point, and we promise that we can be your advisors and guidance to help you see all the way ahead of time, plan for it scientifically, and make sure that you have a representative and project manager to take care of every step along the way.